Hey guys, welcome back to St. Mojo Homestead. Hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving if you're in America. If not, let me get that sound out of your face. If not, just a great week. So we are now getting ready for Christmas. We have turned that corner. Yes, it is.
My favorite.
So today we're going to take you guys along for part of our little family tradition, cutting a Christmas tree. And then we're going to come back and talk about what our plans are for next year with our orchard in the front yard. So let's get going. You think that's it?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Perfectly imperfect.
Joe, what do you think?
Good job, guys! So it's up. It's a little tall. You could be a little taller.
Definitely not. This is my max because I'm the one that has to do the tree topper, the lights, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. It's massive.
I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. So this is our very tall Christmas tree. Every year I have this personal goal to outdo our previous year's tree. I don't know that we'll do that next year. I think this is probably max. But as you can see, it's still wrapped. We're waiting for our kids to get home to officially decorate. They are with their grandparents and cousins. We had to come home and milk goats, all the things. So they stayed there and with them. So when they get home, we will go ahead and decorate and open up our tree. So today we're going to be, the dog was in my way. We're gonna be in the orchard and just kind of tell you our plans that we have for our orchard for next season. Also kind of what is going on in the orchard right now. As you can see, we have wood chips in our orchard right now. We lay wood chips probably every year. This year, our goal with the wood chips is to kind of get rid of some of this grass that we have growing in it and just to continue to condition and feed the soil and allow that life to grow in our soil. These particular wood chips came from a company that was actually cutting down trees and limbs along the power lines, and Jeremy just approached them and asked them if we could have the mulched wood. They were more than willing to drop it off at our yard. It helps them out. But in the past, we've actually also received our wood chips from Chip Drop. So if you've not heard of Chip Drop, it's definitely something worth looking into. We've shared in the past about all the benefits of using wood chips in your garden or in your orchards and where to source those wood chips. So you can look at that video if you didn't get to see it before, when the land had just been sitting there waiting for us to build and not being covered. We made the mistake of not really covering. We didn't really know where we were going to be putting things like our orchard and our garden, so we didn't have the forethought to cover that soil. So it was just exposed for a really long time. A couple of years actually. So it was totally depleted of all of its nutrients and the beneficial bacteria and all those things, the microorganisms, everything. It was just dead. So bringing in the wood chips really helped bring life back into this area that we wanted to be our orchard.
So with these wood chips, we are trying to keep them about 4 inches thick. We want it thick enough to where it basically kills off and rots out everything below it, meaning like the grass, the weeds, all of that stuff. That also gives a good dense bedding so that it will break down into compost and get all those micronutrients in there and all those earthworms. So what we are planning on doing with this orchard, now we have kind of gone back and forth over the years with really what we want to do. We've experimented some with it, And honestly, this is going to be another year where we're just kind of throwing some stuff out there and seeing how it does, what takes. Ultimately, what we want to do is turn this space into kind of a food forest. And it will be sort of a loose interpretation of a food forest, but food forest all the same. So we've got all the trees established. We've got some berry bushes, brambles established. That's 2 of the layers. So we want to get a few more things in here and just really take advantage of maximizing this space for food growing. One thing that we're thinking about during this kind of planning process and what we're going to be doing is when the fruit trees come into ripeness. So the peach trees are out there on the edge, so we can access them pretty easy because they're going to come into ripeness mid-summer. All these others, the apple trees, the pears, which are kind of more in the middle of the orchard, really don't come into ripeness until the end of summer. So what we're wanting to do next year is throw out a bunch of kind of our random winter squash seeds that we have, and really the ones that we've pulled from the squash that we've maybe gotten from the store or other people or whatever, kind of seed saved. And then there's some packets that we still have that we just don't normally plant them in the garden because they take up a lot of space, but it's something that's like, hey, this would be fun to grow if we could. So we're gonna throw a lot of those out here, and by throw out here I mean plant. But we also do want to attempt to do corn again. I think by doing this, we're gonna get a lot of nutrients back into the soil and kind of loosen it back up. That was our big issue, I think, last year, is we just didn't feed it heavy enough. Kind of had the squash and corn growing together. Our son, Josiah, really loves corn, loves the idea of growing corn. So we really want to sow into that, pun intended, but sow into that interest and that desire that he has. We also may look into doing some cover crop type things out here as well, just to help feed the soil even more. We have planted red clover in the past, and every year that has come back on its own. And so I think it would be nice to maybe try to get that a little bit more widespread in this area. But outside of that, maybe do, I don't know, millet. I've thought about maybe throwing some of that out, and possibly some other ones that are in that grain family. I don't know. We did grow quinoa one year in our old house, and that was a lot of fun. May just throw that out here, see how it does. I would love to hear what you guys would suggest as kind of a cover crop or in-between crop, something like those that you can plant that would behave well, but also give back to the soil. So be sure to leave those in the comments below.
I'm really excited. I'm always really excited about the orchard and just moving closer to the food forest. But I'm anxious to try to kind of do our own version of that. So,
yes.
So we're one step closer every year. So time for highs and lows?
Highs and lows. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess my high would definitely be just spending time with family, getting our Christmas tree. That is, of course, I got my way again, and it's very large and tall and woolly and my favorite.
All things.
All things. It doesn't look like a cookie cutter Christmas tree.
It is a homestead Christmas tree. We'll just call it that.
Yeah, and we may or may not be able to navigate around it. It's yet to be seen.
Just 1 month. That's what I tell myself. Just 1 month.
The bigger the better. Go big or go home. And Thanksgiving, all the things. My low is that it is so cold. I don't care what you think. I'm so cold, and it's hard to get anything done.
It's been like 60 degrees.
That's cold. That is cold. I'm
Okay.
pulling a Jess. I'm a frost tender flower. Oh, I have another high. My friend Michaela helped me set up my Shopify so I can finally sell online. So that's going to launch on Monday once I go through and make sure all the pictures are right and all of that. So this time when I say Monday, it's for real.
It is up. We are
It is
excited
up.
about that.
Yeah.
About that. So I think my high would be Thanksgiving. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of a given. But also outside of that, because that is a given, I mean, this has been like a turkey week for us.
Oh my
because we processed, and then we had like 4 turkeys that we needed to have,
Deal
get
with, yeah.
done. Yeah, deal with. One was dealt with for Thanksgiving, but yeah, I mean, breaking them down. We've had broth going nonstop all week long, trying to can that, deal with the carcasses, all that stuff. I mean, so I was a high and a low.
We got so much ground turkey though.
We did get a lot of
so
ground
excited
turkey.
about that.
So yes, definitely good. Definitely thankful for all of that. It really turned out great, and it just made me more excited that we did turkeys, because we got a lot
We
of
did.
meat off of that. I feel like we got a huge bang for our buck off of
Right.
this, which is really good, because that leads me to my low. We discovered today that one of the freezers did not get shut all the way, and I don't think we lost. It was a pork freezer. I don't think we lost all the pork, but the ground pork definitely lost that. So it's a good thing that we got a lot of ground turkey to replace that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so frustrating.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. By the looks of it and everything else, everything I think is good. It didn't spoil. So yeah, well, it's yet to be determined, but hopefully. This is Saturday. I'm just going to throw that out there. This is for all of my South Carolinian homesteaders and people who watch this. This will go up after the result. But our big game, we're big football fans, and in America, it's a big sport. In South Carolina, this is the big week because we play that team that goes by our state name tonight, and it's our big rivalry.
Yes.
And so we're going to enjoy that, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
When this goes up, we will be happy.
Yes,
For all you South Carolina fans that watch us, we appreciate you too.
Yeah.
And I can't say best of luck to you this week. But, hey, it's fun to have fun, right? All of you, we appreciate you watching us. We thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. Maybe what you saw today, what we're working on, gave you a little idea, or encouraged you to expand and look outside just the garden area in ways that you can grow more food on your homestead or just your property. There are ways to really maximize all your space without doing it the traditional garden way. So thank you guys for joining us. If you have not hit subscribe to join our YouTube family, as we like to call it, we invite you to do that. But hope you guys have a great week and be blessed.